Welcome to the Fearless Female Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Katerina Kormas, mindset and confidence coach for fabulous women just like you. I'm here to help you attract in more of what you desire in life and business. More wealth, more joy, success, confidence, soulmate clients, and all the abundance you can imagine. This podcast is all about your evolution to becoming the woman that has all she desires. This is where you become untethered from the fears and the doubts and the limiting beliefs holding you back right now, and instead embodying the mindset, beliefs, thoughts, and actions that will bring you to your next level goals, dreams, and success. If you're ready to step into your next level confidence and fearlessly create the life and business of your dreams, then you're exactly where you're meant to be. This is where you get your weekly dose of paradigm and mindset shifting insights that will help you change the way you see yourself and all you're capable of manifesting in your life and business. So if you're ready to get started, let's begin. Hello. Welcome to the Fearless Female Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Katerina Kormas, mindset and confidence coach for fabulous female entrepreneurs just like you. So today's episode is one of those that was sparked by multiple conversations with different people over the last week that invoked some emotion, some relief, and definitely an aha moment for me. So if you followed me for a while, you know I talk a lot about confidence. I'm a confidence coach. And I talk about confidence in terms of feeling qualified, feeling like you know and have enough, seeing things working out for you instead of working against you. And we talk about confidence as an untethering process, an untethering of limiting beliefs and stories that we've been holding on to for way too long. But there's this other level of confidence, and that level is speaking your truth and owning what you do and don't want in your life and business. And I'm not talking about just, having a vision for your life and how much money you want to make and what your house looks like or what your family and business looks like. Those are all great to have those visions, but I'm really talking about owning it. Saying it out loud, allowing yourself to not only have desires for things that you want, but of not wanting things that you currently have. And I feel like this is such a missing piece. We are always talking about what we do want and how far we are from what we do want. And we do talk about why we feel like we have to stay where we are, why we can't have what we desire, but we don't actually openly state what we don't want, what's not working. And it's okay to not want to do something anymore. It's to not like something or in your life, or for something to no longer be a good fit for you. That is okay. We need to make that an okay thing. Make that a norm in society. It's okay to not like where you are right now. And we are evolving and we are changing. And that is, if you've been listening to the past few episodes, we talk a lot about our evolution as a person, as an entrepreneur, right? We are ever evolving. That we can't stop that. That's how life works. So we're always changing. And what worked for us in one phase of our lives may no longer work for us as we become our next level selves, as we start to explore new things and shift our mindsets and be open to new perspectives. And as we start to step into new priorities and new goals, some things no longer fit. So speaking your truth is so important. It's honoring yourself. It's taking your power back. It's taking ownership of your life. It's you designing and creating your life for yourself. So every time we continue to keep things in our lives, keep believing things in our lives and keep doing things in our lives that don't light us up, that we don't want, that steal our joy and confidence, we're actually giving away our power. We are giving someone else our power. We're giving those people that we think believe we should keep going and doing the same things and living the same way, that we need to do things a certain way. We're giving those people the power. We're honoring our fears over our confidence. What we're doing is honoring our fear of judgment over our own happiness, right? Appeasing others by staying where we are over what we know would make us happy. So we're also like giving our power to the excuses we've made over time as to why we have to continue living the way we are living and doing what we're doing. Instead of honoring our feelings or in our North Star, which is joy. And so if you're doing stuff that you don't desire to do anymore, and it's causing you stress and it's causing you energy and it's causing you to just feel ick, that is you honoring ick over honoring, I have a chance for joy. There's another way to do this and I can have joy. And that's what I desire, is joy. So essentially we're taking up room and energy with things that are stealing the possibilities and the time and the energy and emotions that we're actually seeking in what we desire. And the thing is, you can't stand in your confidence and take up room and be seen and be bold in this world if you're actually shrinking yourself by not speaking your truth, if you're inauthentic, if you're creating a life based on excuses and fears and others' expectations. We don't have room for more of us. We don't have room for more of us if we're leading with what is less than us. Think about that. Doing things you don't desire to do is less than doing things that light you up. It can never bring you the success you desire and the joy and the abundance that you desire because you aren't bringing all of you to it. You're not showing up for the things you don't want to be doing. You aren't bringing the right energy, the right creativity, and the best parts of you. You're bringing less energy, less ease, less confidence, less enthusiasm and motivation, less creativity, less everything to what you don't desire to do anymore. And I see women struggle to actually say what they want because it would mean having to admit what they don't want. For some reason, it's so hard to give yourself permission to say what you don't want, that you don't want the relationship anymore, that you don't want the job anymore, that you don't want the struggle anymore, that you don't want the house you live in anymore, you don't want the car you drive anymore, you don't want the bank account which has only $1 in it anymore, right? You're so afraid you don't say what you want to say because it would mean you would have to say what you, or you don't say what you want to do because you're afraid to say what you don't want anymore. But admitting what you no longer want, this is like the magic. But admitting what you don't want, what beliefs you no longer want to embody, like you no longer want to believe that you don't know enough because you want to believe you do know enough so you can go out and do it, right? When you admit that you don't want the thoughts that you've been thinking, the excuses and the fears and the doubts, and when you admit that you don't want the living situations and the careers and the relationships that you no longer desire, you're actually releasing yourself from its power. You open up new opportunities and possibilities on what to replace it with. And I get it. We are taught to be grateful for what we have. And if we don't want it, it means we're ungrateful, which simply isn't true. We can be grateful for what we have and still not want it and also desire something else all at once. They aren't mutually exclusive. You can be grateful for the money you have in the bank and still want more of it. You could be grateful you have a home, but dislike the style and where it's located or how outdated it is and the layout of it, and still dream of a different house in a different neighborhood with a totally different layout, totally different decor, totally different size. You can do all of those things. The most important part is to speak your truth about what you do and don't want. So today I'm giving you permission to admit what you don't want in your life, what no longer serves you. Allow yourself to be free. And if you've been listening to this podcast for the past few weeks, you understand that your mind has been practicing your thoughts over and over again, finding evidence of its beliefs in every experience and, all the circumstances and the relationships and every moment that we live and we're doing and acting and going out after things. Our minds are like, look at the evidence of what you believe, look at the evidence of what you believe. So you continue to say over and over again, you keep practicing these thoughts over and over again, these excuses over and over again. And in this case, your mind has been practicing the thoughts that you have to do these things that you don't desire to do and stay where you don't want to stay and hold on to beliefs and thoughts that you wish you didn't believe were true. You've been practicing those thoughts. You've been practicing those excuses. So you've practiced one way of seeing things. So you could still desire something, but you're not moving towards it at a fast pace because you're still holding on to the things you don't want because you made the excuse on why you have to stay in that situation. So every time you think, I don't like this, I don't want to do this anymore, your brain automatically tells you why you have to continue. Well, you don't like it, but you have to continue because this job gives you money and support and benefits. I hear this all the time with people that want to leave their 9-to-5. Big excuses. Well, I need the healthcare benefits. And I'm like, is there not another way you can get those? Like, is that a reason to stay where you don't want to stay if there's another option for you finding it? Could you not go out and have a job that makes more money so you can afford health benefits on your own? Right. So, but our brains are like, I need to do this because, and it replays. It's like replay, right? It's on repeat. It's like if old phonographs where it skips, like it's just skipping. Oh, this is what she said. This is what I'm going to repeat back to her. Because you practice the dialogue over and over and over again in your head. But there's just the magic when you claim that you don't want it anymore. When you admit to yourself out loud that it isn't bringing you what you desire, you allow your brain to think, but what else is there? Is there another possibility if this isn't it? So when you vocalize it, your brain, when you tell your brain inside without saying it, you're going to kind of like have an excuse, right? You're going to play those thoughts. But when you're like, you know what? I freaking don't want this anymore. You're like going to wake up your brain is going to be like, whoa, wait, what? Wait, this is loud. You're being kind of like decisive about this. I'm not used to you being decisive. I'm used to being able to talk you out of this. But when you vocalize it, when you allow your emotions to come to the surface around how you feel about it, you're releasing like not only your mind, but also the emotions and the way it's wired into your nervous system and your body and your energy. Because that's what happens when we create a thought, there's an emotion around it. And the thing about like not wanting to do something anymore, not wanting to be in a relationship or a career, not wanting to run your business a certain way anymore, that stirs up emotion because it stirs up frustration, right? When you don't like something, it's unaligned. It stirs up frustration and it stirs up anger and sometimes tears and all of that. And when you vocalize, I don't want this anymore, you allow the emotions to come up. You're not burying it anymore. And let's be honest, it's okay to not want something. It's okay to release it. And here's something that's like really amazing that actually happens when you decide this isn't what you want and you want something different. Even if you don't yet know what that something different is, you open up your brain to new possibilities coming to you. You'll be more aware of other ways of doing things, other ways to get the support or the money or whatever it is your current situation is you think is giving you. You'll be able to like open up your eyes to other ways because you're ready to release it. When you vocalize it, you're allowing yourself to release it. So, well, but you have to release it. I mean, that in order to get to the part of like being able to see the possibilities, you have to get to the part of being okay with releasing it, not only in your mind, but in your body. And before you're ever going to be open up to something new. I mean, that's just, you have to be aware of it and you have to be okay with saying it and saying it over and over again, even when it feels uncomfortable saying it. So I'm going to share a story about recently this happened to me. And I want to share the magic that happened to something that I wasn't admitting to myself. I definitely wasn't admitting it to the world. I wasn't admitting it to online, to my family, to anybody, but I knew it deep down. So recently I went on this journey and I finally admitted something to myself about what I didn't want in my life. And it was the hardest thing to say out loud, to scream, to release, to be okay with the words even coming out of my mouth. I tied how people perceived me and my success and my identity to this one thing. And I knew I didn't want it, but I thought I should be grateful for it. It's supporting me. I couldn't release it because I didn't know what would happen if I did. I thought, wow, people are going to think I failed, that I couldn't make it, that it would be deemed less than. And this thing supported me. It paid my bills. I had been successful before the pandemic. I was good at what I did. How could I release this thing that was successful, that supported me, that I was good at? And what if there wasn't success anywhere else? What if I couldn't support myself, say, in my coaching business? What if? And I'm talking about my massage and wellness business. And I felt so stuck. I felt so trapped that I had to keep proving that I could do this. That how could my coaching clients take me seriously if I had a successful massage and wellness business and I just decided one day I no longer wanted it? I didn't even think of the fact that my coaching business was becoming more and more successful. I was focused on, why would I give up something other people dream of having a successful business? How could I give this up? And when I started my massage and wellness business 5.5 years ago, it became successful fast. Word of mouth got around and we were booked up fast. And I had my coaching business, which was also growing, but my attention and focus needed to be more on the massage business because of the amount of clients and revenue coming in. I mean, it was paying my bills and then some. So I had to go where my attention was needed. But almost from the very beginning, I was so frustrated. It stirred up the emotion, right? Like there was something off. I didn't have time to grow my coaching business. I was exhausted from massaging and running the massage business. I had very limited bandwidth for my coaching business, for even having a life. And I felt really defeated. I was working 7 days a week on both businesses with no breaks. And I should have felt successful. I should have been grateful and happy, but I was frustrated because I could no longer fit in my coaching clients, which is my heart and soul. And when the pandemic hit, you would think I would have been happy that my massage business essentially disappeared. But instead, I freaked out. I wasn't willing to admit yet that I didn't want it. So I went back to trying to build both businesses. If I let my massage business go, wouldn't it mean I wasn't successful? If I admitted I didn't want it, would I be ungrateful for the easy money it brought in? If I said I didn't want it anymore, would my family think I was fickle for changing my mind? Would I appear lazy, as if I didn't want to work hard? And I think part of it was my family didn't understand my coaching business or how it could provide for me or help me save money and become successful. So I felt like I couldn't voice that I didn't want the massage business, because they understood how the massage business brought me money and supported me. So I didn't say it, and I struggled. And I also struggled to get massage clients because I didn't really want the business. I also couldn't reconcile that I like doing massages. I do. I love massage clients. I love doing it. It's something very therapeutic for me, very meditative for me, and I'm really good at it. But I couldn't reconcile doing massage without having a business. So it was in this like never ending cycle for years and years and years and years. And in it all, what I desired, the lifestyle and life and business my heart and soul was craving, had no room for growth. I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the time or the creativity to take it to the next level. And then one day I just decided, I'm going to say it. I don't freaking want this anymore. I don't want it. I don't want my massage business anymore. I don't want it. And I said it. I said it out loud. I screamed it. I don't freaking want this anymore. I allowed the emotion that I've been tamping down because, you got to like it. You have to be grateful for it. Instead, I said, I decided I was going to own it. I was going to own how I felt about it. I was going to let the emotion come up. I don't freaking want my massage business anymore. I'm ready for more coaching clients. I am ready to grow that business. I want that business to be my legacy. And so here I was admitting it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. And guess what? The world did not crumble. I didn't die. I didn't get struck down by lightning. I was not deemed ungrateful by anybody that I told. Instead, at that moment, when I allowed myself to throw the adult temper tantrum and release what I didn't want anymore, my mind went to work for me on what's the alternative? What's the alternative? How can I continue to do massage, something I love to do, and release my massage business? And the universe was listening, because practically in the next minute, it came to me to go work for a luxury spa and take some clients that I already had and have them come to my house, right? The loyal clients that I see consistently, all on my terms and my schedule. And the funny thing is, right away I had interviews. I went on Indeed, had interviews, landed a job at a spa, working 3 days a week, a total of I think it's 18 hours that I worked I worked massage during the week. And then I have 4 full days in my coaching business. And you know what happened when I made that choice? When I owned what I wanted and didn't want, when I released it, meaning anything about me and my success, when I allowed other options to present themselves, when I chose my joy over my limiting beliefs, my podcast downloads quadrupled. I started attracting in not just more coaching clients, but dream coaching clients, the ones I've been wanting, the ones that I've written out, I want to attract these women. And these were the ones ready to release what they no longer wanted, owning what they were ready to move away from so they could step into the next level selves. Once I stepped into my next level self by releasing what I didn't want, what wouldn't get me what I desired, I started attracting in those that were also ready to do the same. I wasn't proving to anybody that I was ready for my dream and my next level success because I was distracted. I was not being the woman that had what she desired. The one with a successful coaching business no longer had a massage and wellness business. I needed to evolve into the person that trusted her coaching business to support her and then some, to be open to it bringing the overflow. And the only way to do that was to release my massage business. And the funny thing is, I also released a lot of the clients that I saw every week. I allowed my coaching business and my working part-time at a spa to support me enough that I didn't need to take on clients I no longer wanted to see. And it was just magic. I became a match for the clients I dreamed of working with. My energy shifted, my confidence shifted, my messaging shifted. I made room for what I desired. I could allow it all to flow to me, flow in. People even started to notice the difference in me. I kept getting DMs about, how I'm coming across differently. I felt light and airy instead of weighed down and depressed. I went from this feeling of struggle to ease. My mindset released, my emotions released. I released a huge energy leak, and I made room in my time, my mental capacity to be open for what I desired. We aren't open to our desires if we're drained by other things. We can't handle it all. I can't even tell you how free I feel. How by releasing it, how saying the words, I don't freaking want this anymore. I'm done. Don't want it. This is not me. This is the old me. I don't want it. I become someone totally new. The woman I wanted to become, the woman that has what she desires. Becoming the next level you isn't just about moving towards what you desire. It's also about moving away from what you no longer desire, which will no longer bring you to where you want to be. It's not enough just to desire something else. It's not enough to just think about it. You need to speak the words out loud fearlessly into the universe. Admit it, own it, say it to others, not for validation, but just you owning it. I no longer want this. I no longer want this 9-to-5 job. I no longer want to be in this relationship. I no longer want to have a membership in my business. I no longer want to sell this product. I no longer want this business altogether. Own it. In the Fear Fighter course, I have you take it to a whole other level. And I have you dance and move it out, allowing that emotion around not wanting this thing to release, celebrating that you don't want it, allowing that energy stored in you around it and all the excuses that have been rewired into your nervous system. You've been holding on to it for so long, being frustrated by it, feeling stuck with it, tying it to the fears and the doubts and the beliefs that got wired into your nervous system. It means that you have energy and emotion in you that needs to come out. So let it loose. Let it loose. Dance around your house saying, I no longer want this thing. Whatever it is, belief, relationship, situation, career. Deep clean the house as you say it. Work out while you say it. Say, I no longer have to hold on to this. I no longer need this. I no longer have to hold on to it. There's something better coming along. And I think as women, we are conditioned to think we have to be okay with the way things are, that we shouldn't speak up, that we shouldn't say what we feel, that we should be humble and grateful and lead from helping others, right? Care for others, help others, put others first, that we should just agree and go with the flow, that we shouldn't complain. And that's not okay. It's not okay. Because we've been taught that it's not okay to live life the way we want or do things our way, that we have to conform in some way. You know, take what you can get, don't complain, be smaller, take up less room. But that's not okay for us. We get to speak our truth. And I love that Miranda Lambert song, Mama's Broken Heart. And the lyrics go and fix your makeup, girl. It's just a breakup. Run and hide your crazy and start acting like a lady. Because I raised you better. Got to keep it together even when you fall apart. Powder your nose, paint your toes, line your lips, keep them closed. Cross your legs, dot your eyes, and never let them see you cry. That's not fair. Why can't you say the guy's a jerk, that he cheated on you, whatever, right? I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. Why can't you let people know that? Why can't you let people know you don't want your job anymore? Why can't you let people know that you don't want your business anymore? That your house doesn't bring you joy anymore, that you wish you lived somewhere else because this house is whatever. I mean, I think, we're just taught, don't speak up, figure it out. But that's not fair. You get to live your life your own way. You get to create your life. You get to decide what stays and goes. And I think that conditioning and messaging also enforces the fears and beliefs and doubts and excuses, and are part of the excuses on why we stay too long where we don't need to be. I was editing a podcast episode coming out next week, and she says in it, like, I wish I would have quit my job years ago. But we make so many excuses on why we can't leave something behind to move on to something different. But we do get to create our lives. You get to decide what stays and goes. You get to decide who the future version of you is and what she does not do, and start to release what she doesn't do now and start to embrace what she does do now. You get to be powerful and confident. You get to change your mind as many times as you want and do new things. You get to do multiple things at the same time. You get to be mad. You get to stand up when somebody does something wrong to you. You get to say how you feel. You get to change your situation entirely. There are no rights and wrongs in this life. There's only the way you want to do it, the way you want to live it. So my message to you today, my sweet friend, is it's okay to not want what you have right now. Free yourself from feeling like you have to have it. Acknowledge that you have excuses around it and start to just say it to yourself vocally, out loud. I do not want this anymore. It doesn't mean anything about you. It just means you are in a moment of limiting yourself. In this moment, you are just limiting yourself. But you don't have to limit yourself in the next moment. You get to desire something and not want something at the same time. Stepping into your confidence, which I know you want to do, you want to be more confident. It means releasing what steals it. The beliefs that steal it, the actions that steal it, the experiences that steal it, the situations that steal it, so that your confidence can lead you to what you desire. Not wanting something can't lead you to where you desire to be, right? And here's something to remember. It may be a brief discomfort. By stating you don't desire it any longer, you are taking one step further into the woman that no longer does this thing that was a part of your life for so long. So that people knew you for that thing, or knew you did that thing, or knew you were in that relationship. You're doing it so that you can become the woman that does what her next level self desires for the next chapter. So what you state today is who you're going to become tomorrow. So doing the things that bring her, your next level self, to your next level success, that couldn't you couldn't get there while doing things that no longer light up your soul. And as we talked about in the previous episodes, your next level dream is filled with joy, things you love doing, abundance, security, ease, peace. The energy of not wanting to do something is an energy leak. It is not a match for what you desire. It's not the same energy. It's leaking your energy, not creating the energy that your next level self will have. So you have to release it. You have to release what you don't want, what you don't want to believe, what you don't want to think, so that you have room to replace it with what you do want and the energy that goes with that and the actions that go with that. All of that stuff that's going to actually bring you to what you desire. So, I love the word owning your power, owning your power, owning your thoughts, owning what you want and don't want are the vibe in which your future confidence and fearless self operates from. It's the vibe. Because she honors herself. She honors her desires and her happiness, and she doesn't settle for anything less. And she doesn't miss what she released. And you are her now. Beyond what you don't want in your life anymore. You are her now, so be her now. And by stating, I don't want this anymore. I don't want this job. I don't want this business. I don't want this relationship. I don't want this house. I don't want this to live here anymore. By stating that, you're opening up your brain to then find a solution. Okay, how do we get to where we desire now that we're ready to release it? And the small discomfort is worth it. It'll be uncomfortable because your mind's going to like, but we've been doing this for so long and we know how to do this and we know what it feels like not to want it. And you want something that's going to be happier, but we don't know if that's going to work. There's no roadmap. Maybe that won't work. I don't know. And your nervous system and ego emotions, they're going to freak out as soon as you say the words, I don't want this. when you say you don't want to think this thought or do this activity or believe this belief anymore, it's going to be like, well, what do you mean? We've been doing this for so long. This is part of who we are. But don't give into that, because it'll adjust. As you release things and you step into something new, eventually that something new becomes the new person you are until you outgrow it. The things you don't want right now are things you've outgrown. So in order for you to evolve into the person that you want to become, doing the things you want to do, you have to adjust to a new normal. And the thing is, and this is so true, once you start to say, I don't want this thing, I want this desire instead, and own it. Once you say you don't want something, you're going to be more comfortable saying what you do want. Your clarity is going to show up if you're not clear on what you want. By saying what you don't want, you open up your brain to be okay with those things that are probably on your heart, but you've told yourself you can't because you have to stay in this situation, or this situation has to be your reality. When you say, I don't want this to be my reality anymore, you allow that dream inside of you to grow and show itself. And so what happens is, as you start to like free yourself, the people around you will feel your energy shift. They'll feel your confidence shift. And they'll feel your whole being shift. This is just the one more step to becoming not only magnetic for your dream business, but the dream clients that want to work with your next level self, your next level confidence, because they're going to look at you and be like, I want to be in her energy. So today, I want you to grab your journal and allow yourself to finally own what you don't want in your life. Take your power back. What doesn't fit in the future you desire? What is draining your energy, time, and bandwidth? Do not honor or give attention to the excuses that are going to pop up. That's not where you want your attention to go. You want your attention to go, if I don't have this, I get to create this other thing. Not like, well, you can't because of blah, 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 blah. That's not what you want to honor. You don't want to honor those thoughts. You don't want to give them attention. You want to drown them out with what you do want. So today, own what you don't want to believe anymore. Think about the beliefs you don't want to hold on to that aren't going to get you to where you want to go, that getting clients is hard, that your dream business isn't meant for you, that you're stuck in your job forever, that you can't afford the things you desire, or that you will never get married. Whatever your belief is that you're holding on to, say you don't want to believe it anymore. Decide those beliefs are outdated. Release them. Let your body, mind, and spirit know they don't make it. They don't make the cut. Say you don't want to work 7 days a week anymore. Say it, decide it, and release the excuses that you have to. This is you taking back the power to find another way. Claim that you don't believe that that is the way you have to earn money. Then let the universe know you want to find a way to make the same amount of money or more and not work 7 days a week, and then be open to the options the universe presents to you. This is all you creating the life you want. Designing it. Think about it like your wardrobe, right? Your closet. You no longer want that jacket you've been holding on to forever. You've made excuses on why you have to keep it because you bought it at this fair or something with a friend and it has a memory attached to it, but you hate it and you never want to wear it. So you decide, you know what? I'm going to give it to Goodwill. I no longer want this. I'm going to give it to Goodwill. And you make room in the closet for a style you do desire. And then you go out looking around. You might not know where that next jacket is, but you go out and you look around for one that fits you better. You try it on, and then you buy it and you put it in your closet. This is what you're doing in your life, deciding your style and your design, your truth, and giving yourself permission to step into that confidence, claim it, own it, and become it. It's time for all of us to speak up and say what we do and don't want. Be honest. Be open for the dream you desire. This is you being open to receiving your next level dream, being ready for it, making room for it, restructuring your life to embody it. Today, it is your time to speak your soul. So I hope this resonated with you. I needed this myself. I feel like I need to listen to this podcast episode myself often enough. But I hope you find yourself getting more and more comfortable speaking your truth and owning what you do and don't desire without worrying about it meaning anything to you or anybody else. And this work, when you do this, when you stay true to yourself and constantly say what you do and don't want, this work will help catapult you faster to what you do desire. That's the magic. If you're constantly releasing what's old, you're allowing in what's new. So hope this was helpful. Hope this gave you a little bit of permission. Hope this even at least let you think about what you don't want and how you don't have to hold on to the excuses on why you have to stay in this situation or in this thought or in this belief. Okay. So I'll see you all next week. Have a good one. Bye.
Hi there! If you're ready to be the woman that has all she desires, if you want to become untethered to the fears and limiting beliefs holding you back from taking action and showing up in your business, if you find yourself caught in a spiral of negative thoughts taking up valuable time and energy, thoughts such as, I'm not good enough, my family won't approve, what if no one buys, I'm not worthy enough, what if I raise my prices and no one joins my programs, I don't know enough. What if I fail? Maybe success isn't meant for me. Or any other limiting belief or fear, then Breakthrough is perfect for you. Breakthrough is a 2-week one-on-one coaching experience with me, where we dive into identifying and working through all that is keeping you from your next level breakthrough in your business. This is where we rewire your thoughts so you embody the beliefs, the thoughts, and the actions that'll bring you to your next level success and dream. Breakthrough includes one 90-minute call with me, plus 2 weeks of Voxer app coaching where you have access to me each day during the 2 weeks for coaching and support. So if you're ready for your next level breakthrough, click the link in the podcast description and let's get started.